What's going on, people? What's going on, people? It's TRB back at you with another video. Let me tell you something. This video is going to be about technology and trucks. All right? Technology and trucks. It's the reason why I'm making this video. All right? The reason why I'm making this. Look at them grays. Look at them grays. Makes me distinguished. You know what I'm saying? Hold on. I like that light right there. Let me. Bang. Yep. I don't like that. My knees, man. My knees is bad. My knees. Hold on, people. My knees. Oh, Lord Jesus. How do y'all ride like that? All right. So, technology and truck. All right. So, you got Otto, right? Otto is the automated truck, self-driving truck. Do I think there's a place for it? Absolutely. Do I think it's going to take over the industry? Not at all. Reason being, just look at the weather conditions that we have right now throughout all of the United States of America. It's rain, sleet, snow, freeways is shutting down. This truck operates off a variety of sensors and lasers and different technologies to gauge the road, GPS and all that stuff. How many times you been on a road or a back road and you ain't got no Qualcomm signal? How many times you been on the back road you ain't got no cell phone signal? You know what I'm saying? Do GPS still work? Somehow, yes. But I don't think that truck will be able to maneuver through some of the hazardous conditions that we move through. Just think when you're driving through snow and you go look at your truck and you got clunks of ice all over the front of your truck, the back sides. Well, if it uses lasers, when that laser hit that ice, it's going to diffract. Deflect? No. What's the word I'm looking for? It's going to be like basically shooting a laser through a kaleidoscope and it goes all over the place. Hopefully y'all know the word that I'm looking for. So I don't think that's going to work. Now, short haul, straight, flatlands, yes. I don't think Otto can drive in Wyoming during the wintertime. Hell, during the summertime, during the springtime, during nighttime or daytime, because of the wind factor that it has to take into account. The amount of calculations that it has to do that a human does behind the wheel driving through Dakotas and Wyoming, you know, just think about going up and down the mountains when it's snowing and ice. How you feel when you have to back down, turn that Jake downshift and hit that corner properly. That is a lot of calculations. Now, if they had a run that was short, all right, meaning you get on the 20, you head straight. Once you head straight, you get off at this exit, you bust a right, then you bust a right into the driveway. Then you go, and then blah, blah, blah. Then yeah, okay. Short hauls, you know, local work. Not even local work. Whatever it does when it gets off the freeway, it has to immediately be directed within less than a mile. This is my opinion. Less than a mile to wherever the shipper or receiver is. Because anything beyond that is too many variables that you will have to take into account for an automated truck to run through a city. I couldn't imagine an automated truck going through LA. I couldn't imagine it. Hell no. Now, don't get me wrong. One of the things that they can do is they will actually have a driver in the truck, both hands on the wheel, automatic transmission, and it would run the route. He will run the route 15, 20 times. So the truck can know the speed that it needs to go. It can learn the hills, when the truck slows down, when it speeds up, the traffic, the turns it needs to make in order to get to where it's going. Now, technology in the truck, I'm all for it. Like, I used to hear a lot of people talk bad about OnGuard. I have OnGuard on my truck, and it's absolutely magnificent. I love it. I love it. I ain't even gonna lie. For the simple fact that whenever I put my cruise control on GuArd will automatically slow me down relative to the speed of the object in front of me. And I even use it in traffic now. I done got so good with it, I use it in traffic. If the traffic is moving at 35 miles an hour, I will slow down, I will speed up to 40, turn the cruise control on GuArd will back me back down to 35. And then once traffic slows down, let's say the traffic slows down to 25 miles an hour, GuArd will automatically slow me down to 25 miles an hour. If it speeds up to back to 35, on guard would automatically speed me up to 35 and maintain the proper following distance for me. The only thing I got to worry about is my RPMs. Because if I'm set at a certain speed, let's say the speed I'm set at is for 9th gear, but I'm in 8th gear because of traffic. Then I would turn the on guard off, go to 9th, turn the on guard back on, and just ride it out. I will always have control. I'm always monitoring the situation. Now, have on guard messed up? Yes, it has. There's been times when I'm sitting here and when you're coming to a stoplight or you're about to make a turn, your body automatically tenses up to prepare for the inertia or the gravity or the amount of force is being put on your body when you're doing whatever maneuvers. You're coming to a stop. The passengers will probably lean forward. You're going to sit straight because you're mentally and physically prepared to slow down at a certain speed. On guard works most of the time. Some of the times it'll go, and here's the object in front of me. It'll go, and it's getting close, and I'm like, wait a minute. So now, I'm saying as an example, you might have to put your Crocs back on or your flip-flops, your driving shoes. You got your driving shoes. Might have to put your driving shoes on because now you're about to hit the brakes and manually slow it down. But you're trying to see how close on guard is going to let you get. And then when on guard finally get that signal to go out and then bounce back, and it'd be like, oh shit, just hold on. That's all I can tell you. Just hold on, because you're about to come to a complete, not a complete stop, but you're about to be slowed down from about 70 to about 55, depending on how fast the object in front of you is going. But when I'm out here on the back roads, now have on guard ever picked up a bridge? Yeah, over in Vegas, outside of North Vegas, before you come up to that Love's on the 15, there's a bridge there. Every now and then it'll pick that bridge up for whatever reason and just hit the brakes. Boom! You be like, oh shit! But because you're already aware of what's going on, not meaning like that it's about to happen, meaning that once it hits the brakes, you take control. As soon as it hits the brakes, you're going to hit the brakes, or you're going to hit the throttle, or you're going to hit something to where the on guard just let go. Like, hey, my bad, I'm sorry. You got it. But I think technology in truck is awesome. I don't like tracking technology, but if you're a company driver, it's just a part of the game. It's just a part of the game. I think Otto and all these other people are bringing technologies to the truck that will help the truck function better. I would definitely like a lot more monitoring on what is going on in my truck. DEF filter percentage, fuel filter percentage, quality of the oil, just all these little things that's in the truck that need to be monitored that I know that I'm going to eventually have to replace. I would like that technology to be placed on the dashboard so I can just hit a button or it'll let me know, hey, your DEF filter is getting down to 30%. Just an FYI. So I know, okay, well, let me pick X amount of lows because I know how much that DEF filter is going to cost to replace or rebaked or whatever you got to do to get it fixed. But I'm a fan of the technology. All right, you gotta understand. I'm a baby boomer, 37 years old. So I grew up, with Ataris, or not Ataris, Nintendos and Genesis, computers and smartphones. So I'm perfectly fine with it. Now, downside of that though, technology is making us mad lazy. Okay, I ain't gonna say us. I'm gonna say me. Here's how technology is making me lazy. I use Google Maps. Yeah, I know somebody gonna be like, oh, you shouldn't use Google Maps because, it don't account for the height of the truck and bump that. I use Google Maps. It's free. All right? It's free. Has Google Maps tried to take me down residentials? Yeah. But there's a thing called instinct. There's a thing called instinct. And when instincts tell you, nah, you probably shouldn't go that way, something don't look right. There's a bunch of houses and they got full trees. You're like, what do you mean, TRB, full trees? If there's a road that you go down where it got houses and businesses, you're going to see the trees at a boom, 90-degree angle. If you look down that road that Google trying to take you down and them trees around like that, yeah, you don't want to go down it. But cool thing about it, all you got to do is stop. Pull over to the side, turn your four ways on. You're going to get the old white dude that's going to be like, there's a truck over here in the residential area because they don't like how loud your engine is. But you're going to, but you can just pinch, zoom, find your route and hit that route as quick, as safe, and as fast as possible to get yourself back into an industrial area to where you can probably plan a trip. But most of my trips are to the same locations, and Google hasn't failed me yet. But I say that to say this. I was laying in bed and I pulled out my atlas. And I said, I wonder how long and how far it's going to take me to get from point A to point B. And I didn't want to use my phone. And I couldn't do it. I did it eventually. But it took me a whole lot longer than me saying, Google, how far is it from Las Vegas to Twins Falls, Idaho? You know, boom. The distance between so-and-so and so-and-so helped me with my logs and all that stuff. And that's another thing, like my logs is on my phone. So if my phone goes away and I got to do paper logs again, which I had to do one time when when I had that Note 7 in it, or the Note 4, it went out on me. I can remember how to do paper logs. Some people gonna be like, how do you not know how to do that? You know, bump that. Listen, I came in when technology was popping. All these rookie drivers don't know how. I know how to do it. It just took me time to remember how to do it. So before you start going on your I'm better than you rant, before you start going on your, you know, these new drivers suck rant, I'm just letting you know. I know how to do it. And that's something that every trainer should teach their students on how to do it. And hopefully they remember like I did. Because I was like, damn, I had to add. I was like 2.5, 7.50, 789,507. So that, wait, no, that goes over. And it took me a little time to get used to doing paper logs. Even the simple fact, like, here's how bad it was. I didn't know where I was at. I drove this route several times, but I always had a phone. So I would hit my app on my phone to bring up my logs. I hit the location button, it automatically put the location in. I just put 30-minute break or whatever and gone about my way. But now, X amount of hours went by, I pulled over because I had to do my logs. So I went to go do my logs and I didn't know where I was at. I'm in mile marker 237 on Interstate 95. Where the fuck am I at? You know, so technology definitely is making us lazy. It is. I'm sorry, Kat. It is. After experiencing that, and another thing, like, I had to take one of my company trucks to the shop. This particular truck didn't have an on guard. It was a Freightliner, 13-speed Freightliner, whatever. I shifted at least 40% more than I would have with the on guard. 40 to 50% more than I had with the on guard. I hit the brakes at least 60 to 70% more than I would have with an on guard, because on guard would automatically slow me down. So I wouldn't have to worry about hitting the brakes as much. But now I'm over here going from one gear to another gear, back down to another gear, staying in that gear. RPMs is way too high, 15, 1700. So I need to shift because I'm trying to conserve fuel, because I don't want to be stopping at all these fuel locations and all this other stuff. When on guard would have took me up to 15, back me down, you know, it would have controlled the truck a lot easier. So, yeah, that's how I feel about technology. I'm all for it. I don't think automated trucks is going to take over. I do feel like there is a place for them, but their place is to move freight from one place to another. But when it's time for that freight to get moving, meaning out of the city, out of the state, drivers, baby. Drivers. All they doing is probably moving an empty trailer from Budweiser A to Budweiser B. But guess who's going to be at Budweiser B waiting on that trailer? Drivers, baby. So I do see the benefits of it. They'll cut down on their local drivers. But still, you're going to need local drivers because these trucks can't drive to a store. If you ever driven to a store in a truck, meaning mom and pops, liquor stores, corner stores, and different things like that, auto can't do that. Guess who's gonna have to do that? Local drivers. So all it's doing is moving around the containers that needs to get filled in order for that freight to move. That's it. Yeah, that's it. Now, I don't know all the specifics about it, so don't quote me on none of this. They probably did do a run going from PA, across the Dakotas, across Wyoming, all the way down Donna's Pass, over to Oregon and Washington, which I doubt, but I don't know. So I'm not worried about it. Now, I do like that they're doing this because it's going to give us a lot more options as far as technology goes in the truck. But with that being said, it's going to give us more shit to fix. That's all. It's going to give us more stuff to fix by having all these computers and stuff in the truck. CRB, that's how I feel about technology and trucking. Like, subscribe, and share if you haven't already. You guys are absolutely awesome. And as always, thank you for stopping by. Peace.